Action.
Action. How would I identify the glutes? What's my muscle test, first and foremost?
Abduction.
We do abduction. What's hip extension? Why not? Because gluteus maximus, most powerful hip extensor. So go ahead and push against my hand. Lift your leg. Lift. Okay, go. There we go. Yep. I can find relax. I can find the borders right there of the SI joint. Now you can do this over the drape. I went ahead and draped her, but you can do that completely over the sheet if you want to, as far as palpation goes. If it's just more comfortable, you can do it like that. So go ahead and extend your leg. Lift it up. There we go. Good job. And relax. So I heard abduction, because gluteus maximus is also a powerful abductor. So I can say, I want you to slide your leg like you're going to do the splits. You're going to push against my knee, okay? Go ahead and do that. Good. And relax. So with that one, I can really feel more of those like upper fibers, because the lower fibers, what do? They adduct. They bring it in. But to really activate that entire gluteus maximus, you're going to want to have them extend. Abduction, go ahead and push against my knee. Also, I can feel glute medius and minimus right through here, and relax. These muscles are so thick and stacked, you might not be able to differentiate medius and minimus. You definitely won't be able to differentiate minimus, but it's there. Just know that my origin, starting at the coccyx, and I'm just going to follow this sacral line all the way around. There's my glute max. My insertion is on that gluteal tuberosity and the IT band. So IT band and glute tuberosity. I would just find the greater trochanter and go down a little bit. And if I think I found it, oh, this one's an adduction. Go ahead and try and bring your right leg close to your left leg. Push against my hand. And relax. When I have her do adduction, that activates that lower fiber, and I can really palpate it because hamstrings aren't really activating. They're not concentrically contracting, so I can feel the difference. Glute medius is just slightly under that maximus origin. Minimus is even further down, and remember they kind of stack around. Piriformis, though, I'm going to find that sacrum. I'm going to find that greater trochanter. I don't have very wide hands. Right there in the middle. And if I think I found it, this is medial rotation. Sorry. This is lateral rotation of the hip. This is medial rotation of the hip because of how that femur is moving. So I'm going to laterally rotate, and I felt the fibers come up. I felt a big bulk of muscle come up to meet my fingers right there. So that's how I would palpate to identify muscle tests and to draw them on. Nice and covered. We'll start superficial and go deep. So again, find that greater trochanter. I'm going to go down ever so slightly. All this, just this whole bulk, all the way around, I won't go all the way in, is going to be my gluteus maximus. And remember, it kind of cuts in right here. Now, so for me, this is more of an approximation. I can actually palpate and feel where it is. If I want to find that border, go ahead and lift your leg up. Relax. I actually got right on it. You can feel where you fall off the bulk of maximus onto medius. Even though they extend, you can feel the difference, the height difference. So there's a maximus, and it connects to the IT band, which actually runs all the way down to the tibia. So this whole attachment right here, sorry, because you have a muscle we're going to learn in a few weeks called TFL that attaches right under that ASIS on the side. Whole IT band. So by that, Your gluteus maximus actually has an attachment site that links it up to the tibia. It crosses the knee joint. It's just involved with stabilization. It doesn't do any knee stuff per se. This is our max. Let's do orange for medius. And remember, medius attaches just inferiorly and a little bit more over. So for this one, you can actually roll off and feel where that TFL would be. Ideally, I would want to teach TFL with you today, but I would blow your brains with that level of many muscles. It's just too much. Where does medius insert?
Greater trochanter.
Greater trochanter. Right there. Actually going to take it down a little bit further. And it's got varying fiber directions. So remember, it's got these anterior fibers, and then it's got these big posterior fibers that run in many different directions. And it's got a very, I'm not scratching you, am I? Okay. It's got a very distinct border between the anterior and the posterior fibers. So this is our med. Maximus fibers just go all different directions. So you can take these strokes tomorrow any different way you choose. Minimus, even smaller and even more coming out lateral / anterior. Also attaches where? On that greater trochanter, but more anteriorly, so more on the front of it. I gave you a big minimus. You will not be able to differentiate between minimus and medius. Treatment, we're just going to hit it all. Just make sure in palpation and treatment you realize these gluteal muscles take it all the way to the side here. It's not just from here over. We're taking it down. Y'all ever had like glute treatment and they didn't really get the side of it? You feel like you like missed out a little bit? Take it all the way over.
Tori, we never treat the maximus?
We do, yes. Hit the max, the knee. This is our min. Now, medius you can locate because it's just under maximus. Minimus, try your best. Just kind of use your book and figure out where it is. Piriformis, that handy trick of sacrum to greater trochanter, which is right there. It's right in the middle. Piriformis is one of those. You'll never be able to palpate the origin. It's on the inside. So just coming from the sacrum. We're drawing it over. Put a key on it. There's your piriformis. It looks a lot larger in my drawing because I have to go over all the gluteal muscles in order to draw it, but no, it's a lot shorter because it's deeper, so it's just more of a straight line versus an arcing style muscle. Boom. Very quick and easy, right? They're just all kind of right there stacked on each other.
Is the ironing effleurage that we do in the Swedish, is that not targeting the max at all?
It is. So in your Swedish, when you do your ironing effleurage, you're hitting maximus. When you do your twisty fisty, you're hitting all of them. Especially when you come down, you're hitting that lateral portion.
I'm not doing big enough.
Do it big. A hole from gluteal cleft. This is no longer a butt crack, it's a gluteal cleft. All the way to the table, including this where your glutes meet your leg. This is now your gluteal fold. So this is your border for your ischial tuberosity. So this whole expanse is your gluteal muscles. Cool. Questions? No? Rad.
Before you erase that, will you take a picture of that one?
Here, I'll bring the camera around
Oh, geez.
and get a
How
good
to do that now?
get a good shot there for everyone to see. Okay, there we go.
Zoom right in.